And tonight we're going for a ride and we're gonna take some photos. So after a lot of hard work and decision making and just really evaluating where I want to take my photography and where I want to take this channel, I went ahead and invested in some gear. You know, after a lot of thought, a lot of research, I stayed within the Sony family. I was shooting on a Sony A7Riii with kit lens 16 to 55 and 55 to 210, and then a 50mm prime 1.8. And I went ahead and upgraded to the Sony A7R III with the Sigma 35mm 1.4 art lens. And it's going to be multi-purpose, you know. Of course it's going to be imagery, of course it's going to be photography, you know, but it's going to enable me to kind of expand my horizons a little bit. You know, I could have kept shooting on my Sony A6000, but there's a lot of things that I want to do that the technology will enable me to do on the fly, as opposed to going in and adjusting the settings. One type of photography I want to focus on this year is rolling photography. So that means, you know, exactly how it sounds. We get photos of bikes rolling, you know, to achieve that motion blur and, you know, kind of show some action shots. Because I've only been showcasing my bikes statically, you know, other than in video. You know, they're usually posted up somewhere, iconic background or a beautiful background, you know, but I really want to get into rolling photography and get some rolling shots. So again, if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you would like some photos of your bikes, hit me down below in the comments. We'll set up a little photo shoot and get this thing popping. I mean, I love shooting my bikes, don't get me wrong. My RoadMaster, my Road King, my girl's Softail, you know, but I definitely want to expand my horizons and offer a service. You know, I know every time I take a good shot of my bike, it becomes my screensaver on my home computer. So I just kind of want to offer the same thing to everyone. You know, have a nice quality photo of your bike, or you and your bike, or a rolling shot of you on the bike, you know, and kind of give my gifts back. Stopping up here at the Wawa, getting some petrol. Ugh. Oof, $4.14 a gallon. Jiminy Christmas. So today we're going to talk about bokeh. Bokeh in a photo is that really creamy background where everything is kind of diffused and blurry, and that's achieved by shooting with a low aperture. What I mean by low aperture is, you know, that number on your lens where it says like 1.8 or 3.5 or 3.6. You know, that is basically on how low you can have your shutter, not your shutter, how low you can have your aperture open. Now the aperture, think of it this way, is how much light is coming into the camera. So you would have like a 1.8 or 1.4, your hole is about that big, so that much light is coming in the camera, which allows you to diffuse the background, because the focus area is what all that light is going to be pushed to. So the bigger the number, the smaller the hole. So of course, if you're shooting in daylight, the top of the day, you don't want to shoot at a low number like a 1.8, just because your shutter speed, how fast the curtain opens on your camera, is going to allow all that light in from the daytime. So you kind of want to make that hole a lot smaller, so the number is going to be higher, probably like a f11.
So here it is. First time out with the A7Riii, and I'm shooting at 35 millimeters. Wow, holy cow, this is awesome. So it looks like I should be able to So what I did right there, this button right here on these lenses locks your focus. So as you can see, this is the angle that I don't want, but I want to focus my bike. So then I simultaneously press the button. It locks the focus on the bike. It locks it on the bike when you keep it pressed in. There we go. I gotta get in a better habit of shooting landscape, portrait rather, instead of landscape. So you see how I can barely fit the front wheel and the fishtails in. So essentially all I have to do is take a couple steps back, drop it down. That almost seems too far. And then what I want to do, I want to shoot this kind of low, silhouetting the bike.